I was extremely moved by a family that I saw. Husband, wife, and the children all learning to read together. And the most excited guy was the father. And you could see that now he could make sense of what was there. And the light was in his eyes, you know. He was experiencing something that probably was the greatest thing that had ever happened to him in his whole life. And to see that, that's fantastic.
I'm amazed at how dedicated some of these people are to get to class. The one woman I talked to has walked, I don't know how many blocks uphill, carrying a 3-month-old baby just so she could be in the class. So that's some dedication. And she's made sure that she's going to teach her new daughter how to read when she's old enough too.
We asked them why were they there, how did they find out about it, and they said that this teacher came to their houses, went door to door, asking people that they want to know how to read and encouraged them to come out, and that's why they were there. One particular student that was in the class, she said, I just came and she had tears in her eyes because I wanted to know how to write my name.
The teachers were awesome. They showed such exuberance with the work that they were doing with their students. You could see it on their face that they were just really happy to be a part of helping their own community to learn how to read and write.
There are a lot of people here who have little hope. Their lives are full of chaos and darkness and despair, and they have no way to break that cycle. The literacy program provides them the tools to break that cycle, and so that they can have the kind of hope and the kind of opportunity to find good jobs and to read the Word of God and to grow and to learn and just develop a healthy attitude full of joy.
We are meeting in the yard of a home where the lady has invited people to come in, and then a lady teaches, and it's so much fun to watch her teach, and I'm right there saying the syllables with them.
They want to be able to sign their name without being laughed at. They want to be able to read their Bibles to learn more about God. A lot of them have children that are going to school and can read and write, so they want to learn so that when the children say, help me with my homework, they can do that. There's just so many benefits and such self-esteem to be able to better yourself at their ages.
Beautiful. Oh, keep doing great work. Excellent.
I'm looking at adult people who for the first time in their life can read. A lady showed me her name. I asked her to sign a paper for me because I wanted to see, and she very carefully wrote each letter. She signed her name. First time in her life this is possible. Oh wow, it's fun to be here.
I saw great dedication. There are some places where they're teaching that you would not want to be at night. As we were having prayer with one of the groups, one of the things that they wanted to be prayed about was wisdom to help the people. They wanted to have safety as they go about doing their job, and they wanted to really make a mark on the people they deal with. They're doing a great job.
This is an amazing school. Unlike the others, this one is actually being held right here in the church. It's an amazing ministry, and because of the excitement, the community around the church is excited as well, because they're telling others about what is happening here at the church. They see God as the focus, they see Him as the blessing. It's incredible.
The students are motivated because they realize that they can be such a huge help to themselves, to their families, to their community, and even their church. They've also discovered that once they begin to learn, it opens up an entire new world for them.
The most impressive thing to me about the learning circles is the fact that Hope for Humanity is giving people something that cannot be taken away from them, something that is permanent in their lives. And you know, oftentimes we give people help or we give people aid of one sort or another, but imagine something that continues on in their life that can never be taken away from them and that is self-perpetuating. In other words, they now then have the ability to teach someone else. In fact, I met an elderly grandmother who, in essence, is learning for the first time herself to read and write, and now her children and her grandchildren are participating in her learning. She told me how her grandson is now guiding her hand to help her form the letters as she learns to write. This cross-generational experience is something that only this kind of event can help a person experience in their life. And so Hope for Humanity is giving people something that can never be taken away.
After each circle, when it was time to go, we initiated a prayer of blessing upon that particular circle. I could feel the Spirit of God there. I could feel the acceptance of the power of God from the teachers and the students.
As we watched those blessings and we observed the people, I began to realize that I was experiencing firsthand how God works in people's lives. This wasn't just school. This was an opportunity for a better life.
One of the older men, he wasn't an Adventist member, he was one from the community. And he had decided to learn to read so he could study his Bible. And during that blessing, you could see him wiping his cheeks. And I soon joined him. It was a very, very moving moment.
Jesus said, if you've done it unto the least of these, my brothers, you've done it unto me. And I believe that Hope for Humanity and the literacy circles do the work of Jesus in that the least of these are cared for and paid attention to. And something is provided them at a level of personal sacrifice and at a level of giving that is heroic.
We're changing lives. People that I saw over the last 2 days are desperate to learn. We are making it possible for these people to learn and thereby to have a whole different life.
It's an embodiment of the incarnation of Christ, moving among people, lifting them from where they are, awakening in them a desire to know something more. Jesus did as much interaction as he did preaching, and this reflects that.
Ellen White talks about that there would be 100 baptisms where there is now only one if we would just practice disinterested benevolence. It's a joy to recognize that I am a part of something that is not just talking about making a change in people's lives. When you go see it, it is making a change in people's lives.
I saw Jesus this week. I saw it in the eyes of people. I saw it in the love that these teachers had, the joy of doing something that touches the heart in such a way that empowers a life to such an extent, and that prepares the soul for the reception of the Word, the life-changing Word. I don't know that you can do anything more fundamental to the gospel and to Christianity than this.